Joseph the Toe Cox and Christopher Beardsley first met in 2005 and quickly became good friends. They had much in common. They both went to the same community college, had a passion for gambling, and an absolute hatred for their respected livers. You would rarely see one of them without the other. They played on each other's bowling teams, as well as championship kickball teams, and would even act pretty gay in public. Hey boys! Yes, it seemed the two good friends were inseparable, until one fateful fall day when their entire world got turned upside down. Joe the Toe had trained all summer and valiantly completed the Detroit Marathon. This accomplishment emboldened the Toe and sent a shiver of envy through Chris Beardslee.
Hey Beardslee, where's your medal? They don't give them out for running family marathons? Hey, fuck you! I didn't know you could walk a marathon and get a medal. Fuck you, beer nuts. I'm from Jersey. I'm tough. I say stuff like tournament and quarter off. Whatever, I'm faster than you on my worst day. Oh yeah? Care to prove it in a race? Fine. Next summer we're gonna have a race. A race on the case.
But then all of a sudden, from behind the trees, a fucking T-Rex showed up. Okay, so the T-Rex thing never really happened, although that would have been pretty fucking awesome. But the rest of it is accurate. The gauntlet had been thrown down, and the challenge accepted, and these two warriors began training for battle. In order to prepare for the epic race that loomed on the horizon, these two young warriors began a training regiment that was not for the weak of heart. And much like the great Rocky Balboa that came before them, they didn't restrict themselves to the conventional methods of training, nor conventional training diets. These two young men initially focused on weightlifting, specifically 12-ounce curls. They also employed some unusual aerobic activities. Joe can be seen here practicing his speed and agility with an old Irish sprinter technique, as well as a brutal endurance exercise known simply as retarded wig dancing. Not to be outdone, Chris Beardsley took up the ancient Samoan art of barefoot floor tumbling. Seen here in this rare footage, you can understand just how brutal this training method can be. So after months of brutal training and extreme dieting, these two young men had molded themselves into chiseled Greek gods. Predictably, fame and women weren't far behind. But as so often the story goes, fame and women bring the paparazzi with them. Unable to get a minute's rest from the prying eyes of the intrusive media, Joe and Beardsley were forced to go underground and utilize remarkable disguises. Joe initially disguised himself as a crocodile hunter until somebody reminded him that Steve Irwin was dead. He then settled on professional cowbell player. Beardsley thought a bit more outside the box, disguising himself as a cowboy and inexplicably a giant tea bag. The paparazzi were, however, relentless. Everything came to a boil one hot August day when Chris Beardslee just couldn't take it anymore. The aftermath was unspeakable.
Beardslee's gone crazy! He's crazy! I told you!
Unfortunately, Joe the Toe was in the area that fateful day and was caught in the melee. During the stampede, he suffered significant injuries. Formal charges were never filed against Chris, but the mental trauma was significant and with unappealing side effects. But like true champions, these two warriors would not stay down. Joe rehabbed his injuries with a steady dose of Augie's Doggies. Beardslee found solace with a spiritual advisor and soon took up Birdism. It's like Buddhism, but with more sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And so on July 20th, 2008, these two demons of speed were ready to do battle. They would race. They would race for the case. Toe triumphed that fateful day and earned his spot amongst the greats. A legendary race won by a legendary champion. But don't worry, Chris Beardslee. All of the great ones have stumbled too. Michael Jordan failed miserably at baseball before coming back to win his sixth championship. Muhammad Ali lost the fight of the century at Madison Square Gardens before coming back to win the Rumble in the Jungle and reclaim his championship. Tiger Woods shot a 40 at Augusta before coming back to win by 12 shots. Even the medic alert lady fell down.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
Okay, so maybe that's not the best example. The point is, Beardslee, is that failure is not falling down. Failure is not getting back up. And you, sir, are a champion, and that is why you'll get your second chance at the case.